Hello, my name is Katie Cardwell, and I am doing my presentation today on communication with Schoology, assessment with Flipgrid, and engagement through Duolingo. I'm going to show you different aspects of these programs, and then we'll take a quick look at all three of them so that we can see different aspects that you can use within the classroom to help you and your students through technology. All right, first, we're going to do communication with Schoology. Schoology is a program that is used for K-12 students, so it can be used for kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade. I personally use this program with my first grade students, and it is used across our district. There's easy parent and family access. There is an app that they can download to access the materials online. Basically, the program, the teacher can create a web page. Through that web page, they can access different materials such as a discussion board or sending an email. The website has over 10 years of experience, so this is a pretty reliable program, and it has been used across the United States with many different users. It has over 20 million users, which to me proves that it can be a really reliable program for different districts to think about using. Basically, it brings everyone together as a community. It's very, very similar to Google Classrooms. I actually prefer Google Classrooms just a little bit better because I think it connects well to our Gmail accounts that our district uses. However, Schoology is a great alternative and something that I do think that my families have enjoyed using. Communication with Schoology is a program that requires a subscription within a district. So our district did have to pay for this program. They did have to look into other programs and see which one we thought was the best. We had older programs, and they decided that Schoology was the next best step for us because it was more accessible for all of our grade levels and to make it easier for the parents and the families in our district. One great thing about Schoology is that assessments can be done through there. So a teacher can post a quick question, a student can respond via discussion board or through a quick video. Also, the communications with families, it's very fast. It links right to their emails, and then I get an email either through my Schoology app, and it connects to my personal district email, so I can respond either within the Schoology app or through my own personal email. Again, there is an app that can be downloaded to smartphones, which makes it really accessible for parents and myself. There's times when I might not be at my computer and I need to answer a parent real quick or post a question on my Schoology, and parents can see that quickly through the app. Let's take a quick look at a Schoology. I'm going to show you my personal Schoology account, and I'll show you different aspects that I have used it for recently. All right, as you can see here, this is my recent activity dashboard. I'm going to take you up to my courses. Courses here, I have my first grade curriculum, different groups that I'm in, and then I have my own page that I created down here. I'm going to click on this. So as you can see, this is my own personal webpage. It's basically like a Google account, but it is through Schoology. I have messages I have already answered here, as you can see. I'm going to scroll down. This is my intro page. Now you're looking at the version where I have, and it'll be different as if a parent were viewing it. This is where we have housed all of our weekly virtual lesson plans. And here I have different things such as my social media account or homework that I posted, websites I use for first grade, my class links. So I always direct parents to go right to my Schoology account to look for important things such as login codes. Let's click on this one real quick. For my login codes, as you can see, my students use RAS Kids, IXL, Extra Math, SME, Epic Books, and different things like that, Brain Pop. So I have all of the accounts right here through my Schoology that the parents can use. I'm going to show you how I quickly send a message because this is the part where I'm talking about communication with Schoology. So I go to Course Options, and I click Send Message. You have the option to send to all users. I'm just going to send to parents. I could just do a quick hello. If I want to do welcome to room 107. And you also have an option to insert a file, link, resource, or record yourself. So you can do an audio or a video recording. Recently, I've been using that one a lot with my students and their families to communicate with them quicker instead of having to send out a long email. I'm going to cancel this just for now so we can get back to our presentation. All right, so that was a quick look at Schoology. Next, we have Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a 100% free to educators, learners, and families, so there's no subscription needed for this. A teacher can pose a question with a short video, and then students can answer with a video or they can answer with a peer. What's really cool about these videos, they can add a quick little picture or a funny online word art. It's really cool, and it helps them create an online community. It's almost just like a virtual discussion boards where they get to have to talk. Again, there is an app available for smartphones that users can use. Flipgrid is great for K-12 learners, and it's also really good for students of all levels. I personally use this for my ESL students because they have a chance to hear other students speaking that they might not usually get the chance to. They have the chance to practice their own English in a way that they feel comfortable instead of speaking in front of a whole classroom. Also, it's really great for students that have speech concerns, so it's their chance to take their time and listen back to what they said and hear other students speak as well. It's been really great for social cues. So I have students who need to practice their social cues, and they can record themselves being with their happy face or working on their sad face. It's been very, very helpful for my virtual learning. So there's times where I just have posted a quick question and I've posted it to Flipgrid, and I've linked it even onto my Schoology page that they've seen the Flipgrid, and it eases for test mentality. So there's times where I'll pose a quick assessment question. I'll say, who are the 3 main characters in the story? And instead of the students feeling really nervous to write down their answers, they can just verbally answer instead. They post their video with a quick little picture, and they don't feel like they're actually taking an assessment, which is something that I personally really like for my first grade students. Let's take a quick look at Flipgrid. All right, so here we're at the main source for Flipgrid. This is your basic login page. I do have an educator profile, so I'm going to log in there. So let's go up to educator login. Now I'm logged in with my school district's Gmail account, as you can see up here. Down here, I have my own personal classroom that I created. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to show you some of the ones that I have recently. Oh, just need to log right back in. Sometimes this does happen because you are going back in. So just click log in with Google. Click the account that you're using. And then we're in. So as you can see, I posed a question about what is something you do to take care of our planet. I posed this question. I put a little quick GIF here so that students can see. And then I have some of my students there. I'll quickly play my video.
Hello, first grade friends. It is Miss Cardwell here, and our Flipgrid topic this time is going to be about Earth Day. Earth Day is going to be Wednesday, April 22nd. And what is Earth Day?
All right, so as you can see, I posed a question that my students were able to answer. If they wanted to reply, they click on this big green. And then as you can see now, I'm here to record another video. I would record, I could post some pictures down here, and then I would move on from the assessment. All right, so now we are going to take a look at engagement through Duolingo. It's a very, very popular online language learning platform. There's over 300 million users, and let me say, after looking at it, I can see why. It's completely free, but you can upgrade to make it more personalized and just to avoid things such as advertisements. It's great for K-12 students, and it is personalized. So the assessments do change based upon how that individual person is doing. So it's not the same assessment through everyone. Now, when I say assessments, it doesn't really feel like you're actually learning. It's a very engaging program, and it feels just kind of fun. It's great for ESL students, any teachers, and peers. I found this program to be very interesting, and I would love to use it more within my classroom. For students who are my ESL students, sometimes they feel like they can't talk to their peers. So I think it would be great for my students who are non-ESL learners to use the program so they can feel like they can communicate with ESL students as well. There's 95 different languages available to learn. The program that I start with today is Spanish when we take a look at it. There is an app available on smartphones, which is another great feature. One thing that I really loved about this program is that there were events, podcasts, a dictionary available, and words that you learn. So it's different ways you can stay involved in the Duolingo community, which makes me really engaged and makes me want to learn more. Let's take a quick look. All right, as you can see here, I started just the intro just a few times. I'm working on the Spanish. So you see there is the Plus program. We're not going to really be doing that right now. But let's click on the link intro and see what I've been working on. They offer you some tips, and we're going to start with this. I did have to take a placement prior to this so they knew where kind of my Spanish was, and so I've been doing some quick ones. One thing that I wish the program could do is for my first graders, sometimes they can't read the full sentence yet. So it says, which one of these is the apple? I wish that there was an application that could read that. However, it is great for students that can already read English to learn a new language, or their native language to learn a new language. So it's just the apple. I would click that one, and then I continue. Here you have to put the sentence in the correct one. So Juan is the boy's name. Juan come. So now I know it's he eats manzanas, apples. And I check it, and it continues through the program. Él es un hombre. So it does repeat, which I think is really important. If you were to get it wrong, so if I put he is a girl instead of a man, it does try to it corrects you at the bottom, which is something I like that your students can try to do. And you just continue, and it does let you go back to fix it. All right. Now, if I had to pick which program I would think would be the most useful, I would probably say Schoology. I personally have enjoyed using Schoology. What I really like about it is that you can communicate with families easily. It's been really great for my families who are my ESL learners because I can communicate with them via video or through text, and they're able to translate it over. I also really like that it's quick. It's right to their phones. If they're having the app or if they have their email right to their phones, they can access my Schoology messages that I'm sending to them. Also, what I really like about it is that my teacher and peers, my colleagues, have other Schoology accounts as well that I can see what they're working on. So if I have a question of what the homework was in a different classroom, if my student goes to them for math, I can see what the homework was that the teacher assigned for them. I really like that you can still post videos. However, it's not as fun as Flipgrid, but it still gets the job done when you're doing that. There's plenty of ways to assess students. You can post through a discussion or even post a Google form in there. So it can be very versatile. And I love that it creates an online community. So it's been a great resource that I've used with my students during this virtual online learning. All right, that is my presentation. I hope you have learned some great tools that you can use within the classroom, as I have used now, and I look forward to learning more from everyone else.